Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're a new subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. You're not going to regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, love and light, nothing but love from here. So today we're going to do a get ready with me. You're going to help me get ready. You're going to get ready with me to go to work as we discuss Nigerian men. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, like, as in these people, it's like they've cast a spell on Kenyan babes because anyway, so I happen to be one of the Kenyan babes that probably has been cast a spell on because I do not understand. But anyway, if I tell you that Nigerian men are smooth operators, I do not have a mirror, but I'll just use this small one. I'll use this small one because what else can someone do? So, like I was saying, these guys have cast a spell on Kenyan babes because the rate at which Kenyan babes are following and chasing them around is alarming, and it's actually happening. I wouldn't say that I chased, I wouldn't say that, but it got me. Yeah, it got me. And well, I wouldn't say I regret it per se, because it has been a roller coaster. It has been a journey. It has been positive and negative. It has been good and bad. Like, it has been a little bit of everything. And I feel like my life suddenly became a movie after I met this particular nigger. My life suddenly became a movie. Like, my life like stopped being normal. My life stopped being boring, so to speak. Like, it was just goodness. Let me say it was a balance between good and bad. It was a balance between both. And well, I wouldn't say, like, let me just say this. Let me just clarify and say this. I am grateful so much for everything that happened, because the most beautiful gift came out of it. That is my son. Yeah, my son. My son is a Nigerian. Yeah. So I'm so happy that, in as much as a lot happened, in as much as there was so much going on, I am just so grateful because I am a mother right now. And if I had not met this man, I don't know, like, I'm not saying that maybe my life would be stagnant or anything, but let me speak about what is happening right now. I happen to be a mom. I happen to conceive out of this union with this nigger. Don't worry, I'm going to blend it out perfectly. So do not start giving me blending advice. I just love how it's a match with my neck. That's the thing I love most about this foundation shade that I'm using. I used to struggle a lot to find a match that is a match for both my face and my neck. But I love this one. So let me start my story. I genuinely feel like I love my story. I genuinely feel like my story is beautiful, in as much as it has some hurdles, it has some moments that are not cute. I don't feel like I would trade it for anything in the world, because, like I've said before, my child came out of it. So I was minding how I met this guy, how I met my knight in shining armor. I was minding my business. I was so busy at work, minding my business, doing my thing. But then let me state this. I used to be one of those girls that hated Nigerian men. Even my whole family, like my sisters, my mom, they used to know that. I used to say, you cannot pay me enough to date a Nigerian man. Because like I used to watch in the movies how, they're loud, they are this, they are that. So I was not a very big fan of them. And then they had this kind of negative, negative vibe that was connected to them. Because most people, if you mention Nigerian, they just think negatively. But well, once I got to know them, I got to realize that it's not always bad. With them, it's not always negative. One thing I can appreciate about them, one thing that is a bit different from Kenyan people, these people do not sugarcoat. They do not know how to sugarcoat. They do not know how to lie to you to make you happy. They do not know how to they do not know how to like you know, as in they do not know how do I say it? They will say it as it is. They will say it directly to you as it is. That is why most people mistake that for rudeness, but I wouldn't call it rude per se. I would just say they are a bit more blatant as compared to other people, you know. So I hope I've blended that foundation well. If I've not, I'll do some corrections. Don't worry about it. Because I'm struggling with my site. I don't have contacts on. Because, by the way, let me mention this. I usually do makeup two way. Oh, did I just say makeup? I normally do makeup two ways. The first way, I do a full, like I use concealer and all that for my under eye if I'm not wearing my glasses, because I am extremely short-sighted. So I usually use glasses or contact. So if I'm not wearing my glasses, if I'm going the contact way, I'm going to put concealer under my eye and do that light bright under eye thingy. But if I'm wearing glasses, I don't do anything. I don't do concealer under my eye, because once the glasses sit on it, there's a way it's smudged, there's a way it gets messy. So I don't like that. As I was saying, I met this one, and I was just at work minding my business, doing my thingy, and then this guy came with his friend. They had come to buy a microwave, I think. This is going to be tough because my eyes my eyes are not so good. I normally try to do my eyebrows with a very light strokes. I don't like very, very deep and dark eyebrows. Yeah, something like that. I'll clean it later. Don't worry about that. And I go to the next one. And I'm still not perfect when it comes to eyebrows. So he was with his friend. And then they came to my counter. I was the one serving them. But this microwave happened to have a wrong barcode. So I had to call the supervisor so that they can check on it. It was a microwave, but on the system it was reading oven. So that would bring problems when they come to claim for warranty and all, because the description of the item does not match. So as they were waiting there, I noticed, as in, this guy was so calm. I can remember thinking, because it is not normally, they don't have the most patience. Let me say that most of them are not as but not are not so patient. So when I noticed that this one was actually so calm, he was patient. His friend was actually very impatient. His friend was like, "What is it? I beg, we've waited here for too long." Such things. But him, he was quite calm. And then he just told me, let me come back. I think he went to peace or something. He's like, I'll be back shortly. So they went, and then when they came back, I even forgot about them, because when they left, they took a while. I forgot about them. When they came back, the microwave issue had not been solved yet. So I was like, they're going to now start shouting at me. They're now going to start making noise and being dramatic. Surprisingly, he was not. He was still calm. He just came and asked, how far? And I had to call the supervisor again to get that checked. Aki, this boy, he has come back. I'm sorry. He does not like to be in the house so much. So it's like they've come back and he's pissed about that. Anyway, so when they came, I had to call the supervisor again. Um, they were still there. They were waiting, and then he was like, "Can I get your number? Can I have your number?" I was like, "Well, he's cute and whatever. He's looking good. He's looking okay, and why not? Because like I liked the fact that he was calm. I liked the fact that he was quiet. He was collected. He had his composure. You know, I liked that. So I was like, well, I have nothing to lose. So I was single at that time. I was newly single, I guess. Yeah. So I was like, it's okay. As in, there's nothing wrong with that. Plus, also, at that time, I was listening to some guy that was always saying, some guy on YouTube, he was always saying, sometimes it's okay to step outside your type so that you see what other people also have to offer. Because I used to be so closed minded about dating scene and all that. So I was like, well, let me try it. Let me see how it goes. Don't worry, I will clean this up very well. I will clean it up very well. So don't worry about it. So I was like, well, as in, it's fine. I don't have anything to lose, and the guy is cute, and I like how he looks. So why not? Why not? In my head, I was not planning. You know me, when I usually when I meet someone and I like the person, I usually have everything planned out. Our wedding, our kids, what we'll name our kids, where we'll have our house. But this one, I was just like, it's going to be just a ride for fun. I did not have all that planned. I was just like, let me go with the vibe. Let me go with the vibe and see where we're going to end up. It's hilarious because life had something else planned out for me. The first, okay, we started talking. We didn't talk much at first because I was like, let me tell you something. I had even saved him on my phone as LOL, lol. That's what I saved because to me it was funny because like it was just like I was doing it for fun, nothing serious, nothing deep. So he was saved on my phone as lol. So then we started talking, we started talking. And then there's a time we stopped talking to each other. We just stopped talking for a few, I don't know if it was a few weeks. I think it was a few weeks. For a few weeks, we did not talk. For me, as in, I was like, it's not anything serious, it's not anything deep. So after that, we went out a few times, we went on a few dates, we went out a few times. And I was like, I actually enjoy his company. He's not talkative as such. And me, I do not like men that talk too much. I do not like it. So me, a man that is calm, quiet, and collected, I like it. You know me, I usually associate quietness to masculinity. I just feel like talking too much is not so masculine. You look like a little bitch if all you do is just talk too fucking much. Like I hate men that talk too much. So for him, he was not that much of a talker, but he was not boring also. So I liked that. So now my guy, my nigga, proceeded to invite me to his house now. He wanted to cook for me. He wanted to cook Nigerian delicacies for me. A babe was like, again, I have nothing to lose and I like food, so why not? So ndio huyo mimi, I went, and then it was during COVID time, so most of the time we were, as in tukiwa, when we meet outdoor, he always had a mask on, so I didn't know very well how his face looks. But I was like, I like the upper part of it. So, as in his mouth is just covered. So I like the upper part. So it's fine. Let's go ahead. So that time he came for me, and then I went to visit. That day I remember he made I think it's spinach stew. He made one stew. He made one soup, and it was the best thing I have ever tasted. I loved it. I loved it. And by the way, he's a very, very good cook. He's a very, very good cook. So I loved it so much. And I will remember telling my sister, that time we were living with my sister before she traveled. I remember telling my sister, hey, this guy can whip a meal. This guy can cook. This guy can really cook. I'm going to do something so light because I'm going to have my glasses on today. Today I'm not feeling like wearing contacts, so I'll do glasses. So Abai Bakaenda, I ate good food. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, this guy can really, really cook. He can really whip a meal. So that is when he asked me, he told me, I really, really like you. Would you be my girlfriend? And I was like, let me not lie. I agreed on that same day. I agreed on that same day. And the rest is history. The rest is history. Yeah, let me just say the rest is history. Before I knew it, I was knocked up. And then that is when the drama started now. That is when weird discoveries started. I made some very weird discoveries that were like, I don't know, like a lot just started to happen. Anyway, my pregnancy journey was not bad. Let me not say my pregnancy journey was quite okay. He was quite supportive. He was, he never, you know, me, when I got pregnant, I actually thought that he would like deny it. There's one of my friends that I told about it, and she was like, ah, a Nigerian man, that one is going to deny it. Like, don't even count on him. But you know, that is why I say, like, sometimes there are these myths and misconceptions about a certain group of people. It's not good to always like make a blanket statement or to categorize people because, you know, so me, I when I told him about it, he was actually quite supportive. He was actually happy about it. He did not give me the vibe of, he just told me like, I am here, like I'm going to be supportive. Don't don't worry yourself too much. We're going to we're going to have to tell your parents about it. And I was like, huh, okay, okay, this is not what I expected, but I am not mad about it. It's good. So made we made plans on how to talk to my parents about it, and he came home. We told my parents about it. The rest is history. So during my pregnancy, he was quite supportive. Like, he never, I did not struggle. Let me just put it like that. I did not struggle during my pregnancy. He was there. He was always someone I could depend on. He was always someone that I could, you know, count on. So my son came. This son we're talking about is currently 1 year, 1 point, June, July, August, September, 1.2. Yeah, he's currently 1.2, and he has been a very good father. I'll give that to him. He has been a very good and supportive and reliable dad. He he's not the typical, you know, man, like a man who, he's a guy that, you know, can change diapers, he can bathe his child. He is not that kind of man that he cannot do anything when it comes to the kids. He actually helps me a lot when it comes to our son. So yeah, so a lot has been happening. A lot has happened as far as me and him are concerned, like in terms of, you know, different stories from different babes or different things. Because sometimes I feel like, you know, I don't know, like a lot has been happening, but I I wouldn't say that I regret anything as far as me and him are concerned, because it was it was something that brought the most beautiful gift to me. Yeah. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me go grab my lashes and glasses. Yeah, I'm back. There are a few things I had to get used to. The first thing that as in it was not normal to me, but I just had to get used to. If you have been with a Nigerian guy, you know what I'm talking about. Noise. Hi, hi. These people can make noise like they don't know how to talk like calmly. They raise their voice about everything. Some people can think that they're fighting, but that's just them having a normal, regular conversation. You know, like especially if you're in a place where there are a lot of them and everyone is having different conversations, your eardrums can burst because the kind of noise that is involved there, the kind of noise that is there. Anyway, where was I? As I was saying, if there's someone that can actually say, if there's someone that can actually say that they saw that saying of never say never, it actually came true to them. It's me. Because of the way I used to like speak about these people, about these men. And then life just decided to mock me by making them, by making him the father of my child. Like, bruh. But if I tell you that these people are smooth operators, please believe me. They are smooth operators. Smooth operators. Like, they can sweep you off your feet in a minute. This is a true story. For me, that is what happened. Like, I was swept off my feet. Before I knew it, I was pregnant. Yeah, before I knew it, I was heavily pregnant. And we are trying to figure life out together, but there's a lot of bullshit also. Like, there's a lot of nonsense that has happened, but I am not one to focus too much on the bad because the good outweighs the bad. I'll just put it like that because in terms of being a present parent, being involved in the parent's life, let me not forget my highlights. I never forget my highlights. By the way, I love highlighting my nose. It just changes the game for me. That's how I feel. You know, I just feel like when once I highlight my nose, no one can tell me nothing. It just changes the game for me. So I normally see a lot of hate online on Nigerian men, people that have been shown shege by these people. But I don't condone, I do not support any kind of violence against them. Like I saw a story, a very heartbreaking story of a woman that was burnt alongside her Nigerian man. I don't know if you saw the story online. I saw it and I was so sad about it because like there was even a time I saw that they were being evicted from a place or they were being just treated badly. I've even had experiences where like the Uber driver is a bit rude or is just tries to hike the price because he's a Nigerian and if he refuses he's going to cancel the ride. As in I don't condone the bad mistreatment of these people when they as in there's a I'm not saying that they are perfect, but I'm just saying you cannot blanket a whole community and term them evil or bad people, or you can't do that and start to treat them horribly just because of where they come from. I feel like it's quite unfair. And if, for example, you happen to go to their country, or if you go to Nigeria, or if you go to a place where the majority, you wouldn't want them to treat you like that. So when they are here in our country, I do not condone or support the mistreatment of a group of people just because of where they come from. Because I hear there's even an Uber driver that once told me that if I see a ride and it's from a Nigerian guy, I immediately cancel, even if I would rather sleep in my car, but I'm not going to use my to accept a ride from a Nigerian guy. And I was like, as in, it's quite unfair to like treat a specific group of people poorly just because of where they come from. And don't get me started on the police. I have seen it firsthand. The way the police harass these people because they know that they will get money from them. So they know that these people use money to solve almost everything. And that's just how they are. So the police know that for a fact. So they will arrest them for no reason at all because they know money must come out of it. They know that they must get paid. Something that will not arrest a Kenyan or a white person or a South African or just any other nationality for. You will arrest a Nigerian man because you know you must get money. And I just feel like there's a lot of hate that these people experience when they travel to different countries. I know that there are some of them that behave badly, but it's not fair to collectively hate on all of them. It's not fair to collectively hate on all of them because you have this mindset about them. I do not support it because I have seen it firsthand how the police harass them, how Uber drivers sometimes harass and mistreat them, how like I've seen it firsthand, and it's very stupid because a white man will be walking around without his passport, without his papers, and no police will try to approach him or ask him anything. But if a Nigerian man steps out to just go and buy tomatoes or just something on as in just across the road, you will see police coming to carry him, asking him, "Where is your papers? Where is your? Why don't you keep the same energy with white people?" That is stupid. It's some sort of colonialism because this is a black person like you, but you feel like a white man is better. A white man does not deserve any kind of harassment, but a fellow black man does. I'm not trying to say that you should harass white people as well. I'm just trying to say that you should keep the same energy. If you're trying to enforce the law, it should be cut. It should cut across everyone. It should not be favoring other people and as in disadvantaging another group. I feel so bad about it because it's actually something that I have seen firsthand. I have seen how they get harassed. I've seen how much money they lose to the police just because they want to move around. It's quite unfair. And I am going to finish by saying my story has not been all rosy. It has not been perfect. There's been a lot of bullshit involved. But I've forgotten to put my setting spray. I use this one right now because the other one is finished. It's Kiss Beauty. I set everything now. Anyway, I'm going to leave this by saying if you are conflicted about whether to go, to try out these ones, if you're conflicted or you're confused about it, well, you can give it a shot and then you'll tell me how it goes. I heard that they are the best servers of premium tiers and 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 character development, but you can try it. You'll enjoy yourself a bit. Yeah, that is all I can say. So I'm going to just leave with this battery shot. Let's try to be fair. Let's not be too hostile towards a certain group of people just because of stories we've had, or because of, you know, some people have never had any kind of one-on-one experience with Nigerian people, but they hate and despise them based on stories they've had, based on what they read online. So it's quite unfair, and I don't feel like they we should treat a specific group of people badly because of stories or rumors or something, things that you've seen online. So um I like this look. Let me know what you think. So this is a very simple look. I've literally just used primer, foundation, and setting powder and highlight. That is all. That is all I have used, and I genuinely like it. I love it so much. So thank you so much for sitting through this, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.